Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube video. Thank you so much for being here today. This video goes very well with many of the things that have been coming up in my messages, especially if you watch the July messages, the Divine Channeled messages, as to what we're breaking free of in terms of structures and programs that we've learned. And this video may be somewhat triggering, or maybe very triggering to some, but this video is one that I've been thinking about doing for some time, and my hope is that it's going to liberate some of you who are feeling very, very stuck right now. Those of you who resonate with being a twin soul, you have been on the twin flame journey for many of you some years, maybe many years. And we're gonna get real here with some of this information, and I'm just gonna ask you to be very, very open. Some people may not be ready for this information, and that's okay. And others, it's just time for this information, and others maybe have been processing this information for a while. But either way, I was really guided to share this in hopes that it will help you to no longer be stuck in the twin flame journey constructs. Okay? Now, before I get into some of this, I also want to say that for some people who have been following me for a number of years, I've been channeling a lot of messages about twin flames. And we have to understand that we grow, we change, we shift. So to be remaining really open with the information is the best way to be, because we can only be a clear channel for where we're at, right? We're only bringing through that information as much as we can from where we actually are consciously. So it does have to filter through. And I have changed by leaps and bounds on this journey. And so this is the information that I know really resonates now. It really aligns. And so if it's quite different from what I've channeled in the past, that's just how channeling is. You change, you shift. And I am a much clearer, higher vibrational channel for information now versus then. So just keep that in mind. So without further ado, let's get into some of this. Okay, the twin flame journey. Now, for so many of us, right, where did we learn about the twin flame journey? When we were having these experiences that were unexplainable. We're having this intense connection with someone. It's triggering us into this spiritual awakening. We're going through this bubble phase. We feel quite obsessed with it. Where do we go for that information? Of course, we go to the internet, right? We're trying to research. We're trying to find out, is there anything that can validate my experiences? Is there anyone talking about this? I know when I woke up to this journey, there was very, very little information out there. There was no YouTube videos. I just found a blog by Celia Fenn, and so much of the different experiences I had, I just had to learn through dreams, through signs, through, communicating with the divine, communicating with higher selves. But we get our information from the internet, right? And that's where so much of this information we should question, especially at this point of our ascension journey. This information absolutely comes from people, right? As to the twin flame journey, this is how it goes. This is how it should be. These are the rules. These are the structures to it. This is how it is. This is the destination. This is the trajectory. And this is where this journey is meant to go, right? We're meant to do all of this healing. That way the twin flame comes back, and there's a specific mission that the twin flames have to get done. And twin flames are meant to be together in this relationship, in this partnership, in this union. And that's the way it's meant to go. That is what the divine is helping to see through, that is the result. that's how we have been really taught. This is the information out there, and it's very actually vital at this time to question all of that information. And this is not to say at all that twin souls are not real, that twin flames aren't true. They absolutely are. Many of my clients are true, authentic twin souls or beloveds, which means you in another body. That's what that is. It's actually someone's soul and another incarnation of their soul. So very real. But what I'm asking you to question, if you have been on this journey, especially for a number of years, the structure, the ideology, the construct of the twin flame journey, I'm asking you to question that, because so much of the information in there has actually been there keeping you stuck. Yes, it has been keeping many people stuck. Now, if we think about the type of mentality where there is rules, there are structures, this is how it needs to go, this is how it needs to be. If you break away from these structures, you know, a lot of times you'll find a video that'll pretty much shame you into thinking that you're defiant if you go with other partners, if you are not aligned with those rules or aligned with those structures, somehow you are failing your ascension. You need to stay celibate. Choosing a soulmate is a lower, easier choice. Basically, you should be ashamed of yourself for doing that, because you're here to be with your twin flame in a relationship doing a mission. And I can't even tell you, it really keeps people very stuck. That ideology, those structures, those programs, so much of this, if I had to really think about it and trace it back, if we look back to the 1970s with Elizabeth Clare Prophet, who brought this information out to the masses about twin flames, the violet flame, working with the Ascended Masters, Archangel Michael. Now, twin flames are real. Archangel Michael, of course, is real. Ascended Masters, violet flame, yes, all very real. But what I am trying to bring out are the structures and how it's being presented to the masses, how it's been presented to the masses. It's very known, if you look out there and dig deep into Elizabeth Clare Prophet's history, that she's a known cult leader, a religious cult leader. And she put out a book called Soulmates and Twin Flames. I actually have the book. I found that information way in the beginning of my journey. I was very much about all things Elizabeth Clare Prophet. And, you know, I didn't know a lot of the things that I know today. It was still in the very beginning stages of my journey. And the way that the twin flame information has been presented from there forward has been very much like a religious programmed or religious dogma, or really like a cult mentality kind of presentation of the information. And, you know, we have to understand that all of these structures here on this planet, all of the programming, all of these ideologies, including twin flames, these are the types of things that really do need to go, guys. They're the lower 3D paradigm, the lower 3D structures that are actually keeping you separate from love, separate from what union actually is. And it really saddens me when people are still very much in this obsessed zone, or still wasting a lot of time and really not living their lives, waiting on a twin flame. They may not even think that they're waiting, and having this very sure knowing that we're meant to be together and this is what we chose and we definitely have a mission. I know it through and through. I've seen the future timelines and this is what it is. Well, I have to tell you, I was in that same space where there was nothing that could talk me out of that. I mean, there was no one that could change my mind. I had this very sure knowing that this is my person. These are the timelines that I'm seeing. This is the exact knowing that I have, that we're meant to be together and we're meant to do this mission. I'm meant to move to this particular state. And I was immovable. And you're going to find that as you really break free from the lower 3D programming and all areas, and you're doing your inner work, which is going to help you in all ways, as you're doing that, you are going to be a lot more conscious as to what is the truth versus the distorted view. And you're really going to start recognizing out there with a lot of videos, a lot of people who are talking about twin flames and the twin flame journey, that there are so many distortions out there with it, and that it really does come off very much like a cult-like mentality and the way it's structured. And when you have rules like that, when you have structures like that, when you have programming like that, you bet that it is distorted, and it's nowhere near the pure divine truth of what it means to be a twin soul, what it means to have soul connection, and what it means to achieve union. And the dark really wants to own your mind. And some of these people out there, some of the information out there, I really do believe is put out there to throw twin flames off, to throw people who are working on their spiritual awakening or spiritual ascension off. The dark wants to own your mind and not have you be aligned. And that's the truth of it, right? And we like it as, as a collective. I think a lot of people like it as a collective to just know where we're going, what our exact destiny is, and to know how that, okay, this is how my journey is meant to go. It's meant to unfold this way. If I do these things and do those things, then I'm going to get the result that I want. And when people don't have that, they feel very, very lost, right? It's very difficult to surrender to the unknown. But I have to say that you're being really cut off from the divine, from union, if you are staying within these structures, within the twin flame journey construct. Because to be honest with you, there is no real twin flame journey. It's truly the ascension journey, the ascending soul, your spiritual awakening. And the twin soul experience, which is very real, is a mirror, right? It's our exact mirror. If it's an authentic twin soul, it is exactly you in another form. And with the divine bringing twin flames together, it's for a very specific reason. It's for spiritual awakening. It's for clearing up karma from the past. It's for rapid transformation and spiritual growth. And those are extremely important when it comes to being able to align with your higher self, your I am presence, your divine self, and source love, source light, your union consciousness. Union truly is about alignment. It is not about a relationship. A lot of people want to turn the twin flame into a relationship. First of all, if the twin flame did return, which there are no guarantees with this, but if they were to return, it would function very, very differently from what you have learned as the structure of the 3D relationship. Very different, especially when you're dealing with your own soul. It's very literal mirroring. It's very difficult to be able to balance that out and create the harmony with it, because there's a lot of push and pull. So, there are those challenges with that. It cannot be put in the relationship box as we know it, as we come to know it. But the divine is bringing twin flames together, twin souls together. But for many people, they feel like they know the exact purpose why. It's because I'm going through all of this, and obviously I'm going to have the happily ever after. I'm going to have that union relationship in the physical, the home, the marriage, the children, and that's the way it's supposed to be. And what I'm here to tell you, and this is what I have been receiving at this point of my journey from the higher beings of light, is that yes, twin souls are supported, twin flames are supported, come together, or at least being able to have that awareness of your twin brings amazing growth. It helps you on your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening, your ascension journey. Again, rapid acceleration. But there are no guarantees of that being a relationship. There are options, guys. And I think a lot of people get thrown off with hearing that about options as to, well, why wouldn't I want to pick my twin flame? Why wouldn't I not want to hold out for my twin soul, hold space for them, and do all the inner work and wait for them? Why wouldn't I? Like, that's the top of the crop. That's what I'm here for. If I don't do that, I failed my ascension. I failed my reason for being here. Why wouldn't I choose my twin flame? Well, I'm here to tell you that I have definitely been receiving that we have options, we have choices, and there's no comparisons when it comes to the higher beings of light. When it comes to love, soul connection, love connection, it's not like the divine says, okay, the twin flames are the elite and the soulmates, they're okay, but they're lesser. I mean, there isn't that comparison that we like to do. The divine is truly invested in us being able to give and receive love, go through our spiritual awakening, be awakened to love, align with love, experience love, bring love to the planet. That is the deal. That is what it is. And we are so poisoned and distracted by structures and constructs, especially with the twin flame. Even the labeling keeps a lot of people stuck. Now, I have clients who are with their twin flame, even engaged to their twin flame, but I also have a lot of clients who have had high level soulmates attract in. And it really does depend on what somebody desires and what actually aligns and matches and what feels right. It truly is about that. Believe it or not, some people, even if the twin flame does come back, perhaps not stay, whatever the scenario is, but there are some people that don't prefer how the twin flame dynamic functions, and they feel very much drawn to the soulmate connection and feel a lot more aligned with that, and so they choose that. So I have both kinds as far as clientele, and I support them equally. I'm not biased with the twin flames at all. I'm very real about it, and what's best to focus on is your own self-healing and growth no matter what happens. I am very much about love, about soul connection and true love in all its different ways and all its different dynamics, whether it be twin soul love, twin flame, beloved love in that way, or soulmate love. And soulmates have so much to give to the planet, and they can choose to do a mission together if they like. Twin flames can choose to do a mission if they'd like together. But I do not resonate with, I have also checked in with the higher beings of light in regards to the mission that twin flames have, if that's something that they chose and has to be done, it has to be seen through in that way. And the answer to that I received was, well, if they would like to bring a mission, then they can. Right? So it's not this set in stone thing like we've been taught from the internet, from all these videos, all this stuff that's been brainwashing us over the years as to what the twin flame journey is meant to be. and what the trajectory is and what the destiny is. It's all about your spiritual awakening. It is all about you remembering that you are connected to love and that you are love and that there are many different dynamics of love, and it's just about what's going to feel right, what's going to align. And keep in mind that what you think that you align with, or maybe you have aligned with in the past, may not be what still aligns going forward. It may not be what's aligned at this point in your journey. You may find that the things that you thought you wanted or desired in a partner very much change because you are shifting. You may find that, oh, well, you were all about the twin flame, you were all about the twin soul, and come to find out, perhaps you meet a soulmate, attracts a soulmate in, and you're like, you know what? I actually resonate and align with this a lot more. And don't feel guilt about it, guys. Don't feel guilt. And if you're watching any kind of material out there that's shaming you about that, or trying to make you believe that you're defiant on your path, or somehow you're not achieving your true destiny, or you're failing your ascension, shut it off. It's all illusion. It's all structured information. It's all constructs. It's all based on 3D. It really is. The structures that have been created for the twin flame journey, they're 3D. They are, because humanity and the collective were not at 5D, right? They were not at even higher consciousness when this information came out. So of course this information has been distorted, especially since the 70s. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's right for you to question that. Honestly, it really is that we want to be able to look at everything that we've learned, and understand, I always say this about Yoda, unlearn what we have learned. And it's very true. We are now breaking away from all of this older information, and we're coming down to the bare bones of truth. We're coming down to the bare bones of the pure truth of love and all its connections, without the comparisons, without the duality thinking. We are now coming down to the fact that, wow, okay, we have options, right? And that's because we have free will and the divine bestowed freedom upon us, right? And everything is choice. Even your twin flame, if you do the work, right? If you really have a twin soul and you do that work and you completely detach, right? It's the twin flame, right? In many cases comes back. But even at that point, it has to be about the free will choices of both to be committed to themselves and committed to that connection for it to be long-standing. So, there aren't any guarantees, but the best thing to do here is, in any case, is detach from everything, guys. Let it all go. Allow the pure truth of your path. What is your particular path? Because your path is not going to look the same as someone else's path. We all have our own particular path, our own experiences. We have a path of what resonates for us, what's right for us. And again, that might have changed over time, and that's okay. But allow that in. Allow a new, fresh take. And you're going to find yourself a lot more at peace. And if you're meant to be with your twin soul, they will attract back. If you both choose that, then you move forward working on that. If not, there is going to be still a beautiful high-level connection, high-level soulmate, which is going to be extremely satisfying, extremely beautiful, extremely sacred. No, not based in 3D, like maybe you've heard. And you're going to have all of the best of many areas of your life attract in. It's all about alignment. It's all about aligning back with love. That is union. That's union consciousness. So I'm just going to leave it at that because I know that time ticks away, but I hope that this information is something that you'll consider and let in. If not, maybe you're not ready for it. But I'm just going to ask you to allow your journey just a refresh. Allow it to have a restart and break away from all of these constructs that have been keeping you stuck so that you can truly learn what it means to live in union. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Brightest blessings and take care, everyone.